Now, what we're going to do is, yesterday was the official press conference for Danny Jacobs, former WBA world champion. He fought Gennady Golovkin in his last fight. That was back in, what was that? Back in March, right? Was that March or April? I think it was March. Versus Luis Arias. His last fight was on the undercard of Ward versus Kovalev 2. He is a Rock Nation fighter, and the fight's going to be taking place on HBO November the 11th in the Nassau Coliseum up there. And what's that? I guess you can consider that upstate New York? No, it's not. That's like Long Island, right? So what we're going to do in the meantime is we're going to watch something real quick. Let's do it this way. We're going to watch something real quick. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. Please subscribe.
He can chew on this fight. Once they get into the ring, it's a different story. And we have the utmost confidence that Luis Arias is going to take advantage of this career and life-changing opportunity. I want to bring him up right now from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Luis Arias.
Yeah. Down goes Jacobs. Down goes Jacobs. He's not getting up, Jim. He's not getting up. Let's not act like it has happened before now. That chin has been checked. You have been hit that deck. So it's not far-fetched. Yeah, you're a good fighter. You know what I mean? You did your thing. You know, you put up a valiant effort versus Triple G. But Eddie Hearn and HBO is giving you way too much credit for just making it to the 12th round. I've been fighting my whole life, since I was 8 years old. I know the difference between boxing and running. And there was a lot of points in that fight where I didn't know if you were boxing or running. So, like I said, I'm ready for this opportunity. You know, like he said, it didn't take no time to get this fight done. They offered me to fight Friday morning, Friday at 12:30. I said, give me the Jacobs fight. And now we're here. You know, I'd like to thank HBO. Peter, you know, you did say he's going to bring me back on HBO. When we spoke before the Magomedov fight, I told you who I wanted, and you delivered. You know, I took the fight, and I'm ready. You know, I'm undefeated. I'm hungry. Never hit the deck. Never been hurt. Been moving. If I would have fought the guys he fought, you know what I mean, I'd be 30-0 too. You know what I mean? But he's had a great team. He's been taken care of. But at the end of the day, that chin is suspect. I'm coming to fight. I don't plan on training for a marathon. So please, when I hit you, just don't run. I'm going to be in the middle of the ring. You're not going to have to go find me. I'm going to be right there and ready to fight. So like I said, November 11th, I'm shocking the world. And everyone's going to see who Luis Arias is. Who hitting that deck? How many times your man's hit that deck? I ain't hit the deck. How many times he hit the deck? Sergio Moore had 8 knockouts. He put him down. Did you see Sergio Moore? What happened to Pirog? You know what I mean? Pirog. You remember HBO set it up for him to be a star. You know what I mean? HBO set it up. Be a star. You know what I mean? All right, well, November 11th, we're going to find out. November 11th, we're going to find out. I'm going to be ready. And like I said, I'll be ready. I'll be ready. I'm going to be ready. 100% ready. I've been watching Daniel Jacobs since I was 15, 16 years old. Even back then, he was getting dropped. Like I said, I stand a very good chance to win this fight. I suggest you guys go and do your homework. Like I said, like I told Peter, everything Danny did, I did it. Danny couldn't even get out the amateurs out the U.S. They never took Danny out the U.S. to go fight out with the world champions and everybody outside. Why? Because when he came back, he would lose. It's the truth, man. Let's come on. I was there. I was a national champ. What you win, 2006? I won in 2008 and 2010. So I'm right there. I belong in this fight, and I'm going to be ready. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I'm going to be training for the hardest fight of my life. I'm going to be in tip-top shape, and I'm going to be ready. I just want to take a time right now and let everyone know, everyone in Las Vegas, my prayers are out there with you guys. I suggest that everyone who can donate some blood, you go donate some blood. Puerto Rico and Mexico still needs our help, you know, so keep donating. Rock Nation and Tidal linked up. We got a big plane that we're getting ready to send over to Puerto Rico. So I highly suggest you guys go to tidal.com/Puerto Rico. Help us out. You know, Brooklyn here, Club Us is opening for donations every day. So just keep pushing, you know. We're in good positions in our lives. We're living good, but there's people out there in the world who need us. Y para mi gente puertorriqueña, toda la gente mexicana, todos los latinos que han sido afectados por todos estos desastres, por favor no pierdan la fe en Dios, que la ayuda ya viene. Y le dedico esta pelea a ustedes. See you in November.
feels like we're back in Britain already. This is going to be a great night. Okay, before we bring up the Miracle Man, Danny Jacobs, fighters are very brave people. They need protecting in the ring and also out the ring as well. And when you've got someone by your side like Keith Connolly is for Danny Jacobs, it's almost like I was talking to Danny Jacobs' father, the way that he was protecting him throughout this process. Someone that cares about this man deeply, someone that's been there from the...
I don't want to cut Eddie Hearn off, but let's get to Danny Jacobs. My bad.
It's not going to be nearly as interesting as the speech Lewis just gave. I think we all know that. A couple weeks from now, all of what he just said isn't going to mean anything. Boxing is a sport that the truth always comes out in the end. And when he gets in that ring and he sees the size, the speed that Danny Jacobs has, and you guys want to talk to the man of the hour, I want to introduce the former middleweight champion and the future middleweight champion of the world, Daniel Jacobs.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, everyone, for being here. Much respect for Lewis and his team for accepting this fight. I want to thank HBO, my promoter, Eddie Hearns. Thank you guys for believing in me. Thank you guys for giving me this platform, this opportunity to showcase my skills. I always wanted to make sure that I proved the fans I step inside the ring the best. And even though a lot of people don't know who Luis Arias is, a lot of people in the inside boxing world, they know who this guy is. And he's an undefeated champion, and he's looking to ruin all the plans that I have in HBO and my promoter has for me. So I have to take this guy serious. I mean, I didn't take what he said serious just now, but I mean, I have to take this guy serious because this is the opportunity of a lifetime for him. I have to continue to do what I do and win so that I can have my opportunities in the near future. I'm taking this fight very serious.
Yes,
it's in my hometown. It's added pressure. Main event. First appearance on HBO officially as a sign fighter with my... I mean, this is nerve-wracking. This is supposed to be my showcase. Now, this man is going to try to ruin it all. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to give a great show. Whether or not he can last, whether or not the chin questions, I mean, I feel like I've already proven those things. And yeah, I've went down in the amateurs against Sean Porter. I went down in the pros against Dimitri Pirog and... Okay. Sergio Mora. Sergio Mora went down, right? But guess what? None of that matters. None of that stuff matters. You can't base all of those things on how you're going to perform. You are none of those guys. No one ever fought before. We could stay here and compare amateur records. We can talk about your one national championship versus my 10 trips out of the country, international duel. We could go on and on and on about records, but none of that matters. What matters is that we prepare ourselves well, we step in, and we give the best foot forward. But I'm honestly, I don't really like Sergio Mora was the only guy that I said I was going to knock out, and I knocked him out. I don't really like knocking out guys, but I thought this was going to be a cool press conference. We're going to get up here and take pictures and talk about stuff, but this guy is taking it to another level. This guy is really taking it to another. He got the jewels on. He got the fruity pebble on. I mean, gee.
By the way, the stream, that's not me skipping. It was a bad stream. They had some issues yesterday.
Jeez, New York is, you in for a treat, guys. Swear. Big shout out to my team, Andre Rozier, my trainer, Victor Roundtree up in heaven, everybody who stuck by me, my family, my Get in the Ring Foundation, everybody who always supported me in my career. I cannot begin to tell you how much this opportunity means to me, but I will show you November 11th, and that's going to be my very first outing, and this will be one of the best ones because this guy, he needs to get his mouth shut. So tune in if you can't be there. It's going to be a good fight. Thank you.
All right, we're going to end it right there. Listen, He's right. Luis Arias. Let me pull up his resume. Even though y'all may not know him, as far as casual circles, he is known in the hardcore boxing fan circles. And unfortunately, it's because of that incident, or a lot of it is because of that incident he had with Mayweather a few years back, where Mayweather kicked him out of the Money Team and the Money Team gym. He ended up having a little short stint with Top Rank, if I'm correct, and then he went on to Rock Nation. The issue is, it's not that he hasn't, it's not that he's not good. He hasn't fought anyone for people to say that, he's good. So let me pull this up over here. Let me pull this up over here for you guys. Let's go look at it real quick. Look at him and Danny Jacobs. So he's 18-0 with 9 KOs. He is not a champion, even though Danny Jacobs made a mistake to say that he is. He is ranked, by multiple organizations. This would be considered his biggest fight, Arif Magomedov, and he has some issues with the Deshaun Johnson, which I have to research. But the Deshaun Johnson, even though, despite his resume, has been known to give some up-and-coming 168-pounders some issues, most notably, most recently, Jesse Hart from Philly. So looking at his resume, there's not much there, but he's had some promotional issues over the last several years, few years. Now trying to get established. So he said something along the lines during that press conference that you saw that like if I fought the same guys he fought, and was taken care of like he was taking care of them. Just paraphrasing, not quoting. I would be have 30 something wins too. And I can't knock him for that. But looking at Danny Jacobs' resume is becoming respectable. And I don't look at the Luis Arias fight as being a bad fight when you look at the landscape. People say, well, what happened to Lemieux? Lemieux has been injured, dealing with a minor shoulder injury. Danny Jacobs said that Billy Joe Saunders showed no interest. He's chasing Golovkin and he's chasing Canelo. So the signing of Danny Jacobs was important for so many different ways. And whether people want to believe it or not, there is heavy indications, even though I thought that he still was, and he said that he still was, with Al Haymon, it's looking like, honestly, that he's not with Al Haymon anymore, And even during that press event, he didn't think Al Haymon or no Al Haymon guys were there. Normally, Al Haymon would send somebody like Sam Watson, Brian Watson, or Marcus Watson with you around to these events to act as, what do they call that? Not a conduit. What do they call it? A representative. Let's just say that, or spokesperson or chairman for Haymon. And, none of those guys are with him. So it's been coming out over the last several, days since the signing. It was announced last weekend. It hasn't been officially a week yet. It was announced like 4 days ago. He was saying that he was still with Al Haymon. Al Haymon's not going anywhere, but it's looking like that he may not be with Al Haymon. If he is, may not much longer. Now, remember, I have no alliances or allegiances to any of these fighters or any of these guys for any reason, way, shape, or form. It's just that things just, it's just looking like he's not with Al Haymon anymore. It's no better way to say it. It's no better way to say it. It's looking like he's not with him despite what he's saying. There's been people saying he's just saying that just to save face. Just, to show Al Haymon respect. But, it is what it is. Research that further on your own and come to your own conclusions. But as far as the Luis Arias fight, it's a very dangerous fight for him because even though he does have 9 KOs, he still does, possess some power. 9 KOs can be somewhat deceiving, especially when you look at these lower fights, where he didn't get a lot of KOs, So it all depends on how you look at it. I think it's a good fight, especially when you match up, Big Baby Miller versus Maurice Wack. You're wondering, like, what's going on, like with a lot of these fighters. You've been hearing that Brandon Rios has been in talks with Matchroom. I want to know what's going on with Gerald Miller. Did anybody ask Gerald Miller if he signed with Matchroom or if he's thinking about it? But so far, I think this is a good card, but especially for like a debut card for a promoter. It's Matchroom Boxing here in the USA. They've signed up a well-known media PR guy. He's the guy that's in charge of all the streams and all that kind of stuff. He's worked with Main Events, Rock Nation, and all them in the past. Ed Keenan of EMC Events. So I know the deal. I know what's going on. I'm not just a guy who just comes over here and just does videos without researching. So I'm really interested to see what may be next for Danny Jacobs, because as it's looking like he's positioning himself to it looked like he's positioning himself to fight for their title. You know, the winner of Canelo versus Golovkin. And also, if you look at the 160-pound landscape, a lot of those guys, or the main ones, are on HBO. Especially if you look at the top two dogs, Canelo and Golovkin, and he wins both of those fights. You look at Lemieux, he's over on HBO. You know, you look at Billy Joe Saunders, we don't know what's going to happen with that. You know, oh, remember, this wasn't me. This was on their side. But let me pause this anyway. But I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. Please subscribe. All links to my social media are right down below in the description box.